What day is it, T-Rex? It's Friday. 58 degrees, are you kidding me? At 7:46 a.m., well, the clock is a little wrong, and there is no thunder that I know of, but I do believe it is 58 degrees on Friday, the 13th. It's a second huge Friday storm. The last one was on the 23rd. When I say huge storm, I mean 45 tornadoes. Wow. Southeastern United States. This is a low barometer generating wind to 60 miles per hour on top of Blue Hill at 20 past 2 this morning. Processing what I want to talk about. And the temperature map. Yes, big fonts. Matt Noyes. I like big fonts because I got old eyes. We used to talk about that. I used to always change them to huge on TV so I could read them from the green screen. Anyhow, they're overlapping this morning with 30s in southern New Hampshire and 55 to 60 in the Merrimack Valley. Or at least in the hills of the Merrimack Valley. Look at the Connecticut River Valley, only in the 30s. See, cold air is dense, so it sinks like water and oil. So cold air is the water and warm air is the oil. Less dense air goes over the top of the cold. And that's why this morning it was 52 in Bennington, Vermont, while it was still 32 at Jay, Vermont, where Jay Peak came in with 4 inches of snow, and it is raining this morning, but it's going to change back to snow by noontime. Net gain of snow. Sugarloaf got a foot before it changed over to rain. How much rain did we get, T-Rex? Is it too windy for me to talk out here? I'm doing some experiments with my weather gauges instruments. You know, I have a lot of different instruments. So let's see, we topped out at 1 inch and there's very little left over. So just over 1 inch. The tempest up on the roof there says we got 1.3. So I'm trying to see how good that data is. And you can see the clouds way up in the sky moving right along. How's this thermometer? 56, pretty close. And the bucket shows more than 1 inch. Anyhow, weather data is fickle. I don't know how they can measure snow to the 100th on top of Mount Washington when the wind is gusting past 100 sometimes. All right, to the 10th. I exaggerate. So I'm back in hiding from the wind. This storm is driving up through northern New England. Rain changes back to snow in the mountains, first in New York and Vermont this morning, and then probably just kind of drying out in the mountains of New Hampshire and Maine as it gradually turns colder. Boston, I just saw a lightning bolt. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's a tower. Never mind. A tower over where I used to work. And there is some lightning offshore this morning. A lot of lightning, really. The squall line is offshore. The severe weather is done. So now the cold air is going to come back in here. And it will snow in the mountains of New York and Vermont a few inches this afternoon, tonight. And the huge question is what to do with the weekend forecast. Where can I hide? I'm going to go over here and hide from the wind. There's an upper level low. The cold, old cold, digging down the East Coast here over the next couple of days. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a cutoff in the atmosphere. And instead of weather systems racing along from west to east, we're going to have a cutoff at all levels of the atmosphere, all the way up to 200 millibars, to tell you the truth here. Beginning tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. That's 500 millibars there, about 12,000 feet. So what that means is any surface low pressure systems, and there are going to be several of them, are going to be caught up in sort of a rotary in the sky, going around and around. And the guidance is having a very difficult time trying to focus on which low may be the strongest and have the most impact. Changes in the last 24 hours. Canadian still has mostly snow for eastern Massachusetts on Sunday, although I'll tell you, the temperatures are marginal. We're running out of cold. Could be a situation where if it does snow, the whole entire storm Doesn't even get below 32 degrees. So we're going to have these areas of low pressure wobbling around, coming up and then looping around the benchmark. Now, the GFS and the Euro shifted well to the south and east last night, but the GEM, Canadian, is holding steady. So we're showing the Canadian models here. I'd say the easiest way to sum up the weekend is clouds are going to stick around. It's going to get a lot colder. In Boston tomorrow in the 30s, there could be some light rain or snow coming in. And it may end up with the precipitation backing all the way into western New England here, off and on, Sunday into Monday. At the coast, it looks like a multi-day nor'easter with winds sustained 35 to 40, gusting past 50 for most of Sunday, and now it looks like that may last into Monday also. So it's a beach battering storm. Here's Dennis. I think maybe we're going to be sleeping in Dennis, T-Rex. Where'd you go? Look at the temperature drop there in the middle of the day on Sunday, but it's still only about 34 degrees, but it shows snow. What that sees is the intensity of the storm getting stronger and kind of mixing down any cold that's left over. But this could just as easily turn into rain near the coast over the weekend. So it's a very low confidence forecast. Canadian is trying to say we're going to get 6 inches of real pasty snow here off and on Sunday now into Monday, and even backing into Maine on Tuesday. So the precipitation began here really late Wednesday, and it's been going now Thursday, Friday, day 3, Saturday, day 4, Sunday, day 5, Monday, day 6, Tuesday, day 7. So we may end up with a 7-day weather event here in the Northeast. So there'll be plenty more play-by-play to talk about. The record high for Boston this morning is 63, or today, from 1932. We're not getting that. Record high on Blue Hill is 60 from 2018. I think we missed that also. Oh, T-Rex is fighting ghosts over there. What's he say? He wants to climb the ladder. Yeah, I'm a Yankee. I collect old stuff. All right, Rex, want to go inside? We'll leave you with some shenanigans with what we do around sunset here, which is getting later, which is nice. That means we can play out in the yard later. And also I went up on the roof again to make sure that my Tempest was facing north so I can get accurate wind. I'm learning more about the Tempest network. We'll see more about that as time goes on. Oh, Steve, were you watching? Did you want to come out? Sorry, you missed it. It's really warm out, though. 11:15. Snow is gone for now. Started raining about maybe 10:30 or so. Little tiny bit of snow left there. All right, off to the races. Put the rain gauge back together. It's not going to freeze until Saturday. I already picked up about 0.02. We had the 0.02 with snow last night. The snow level is pretty low. Probably snowing at the top of Blue Hill right now. Getting more interesting by the minute, though. Looking forward to perhaps a benchmark nor'easter on Sunday into Monday. I'm chasing to Cape Cod. Pretty rain gauge, 0.04. Why is it all orange? Doing a little recycling. Cardboard going back into the system, global system. So we're going to test the rain gauge. Not this one. We know this one works. That thermometer works. But we want to compare it to the Tempest weather system, which when I installed in a hurry before that Friday storm back on, what was it, the 22nd? The Tempest says 0.1 so far today. This one says 0.04, but I only set it up after the snow and a little bit of the rain, so it's not that far off yet, but we're going to test it overnight. Steve, can you see me now? Seems like I only come up on the roof when it's wet. At least it's not raining. So the way this thing works is it senses the rain hitting the top of the sensor, and that's how it measures the rain. And hello, Tim. The blue arrow is supposed to point toward the north. Okay, we can do that. North is almost right at that red buoy. The adjustment has been made. The blue arrow now aligned to the north, which is just about with that red channel marker. Almost right at Boston. Owl's Neck and Quincy, Raccoon Island, Winthrop. Hull. Hey Mitt, come on out and play. We're all out here tonight celebrating, I don't know, later sunset. Even though there's no sun. We play ball in the backyard every day. What is it, Rex? What is it? What is it? Steve, little help. You're not afraid of Steve, are you? Mitt, you want to play? Christmas decorations, disposable. Christmas boxes, disposable. Hey, where you think you're going, buddy? Where are you going? Nope, stop. Down there in a pyre, some old sunflowers, some old tomatoes. Still get the lights up. What do you see, Steve? What do you see? Smile for the camera.